Hi guys, welcome to one of the videos connected to my growth from my current ELO rating journeying to the ELO rating of 2000 by playing 10 minutes on this account. This is game 7. Let's dive right into it. Let's find an opponent in game 7 by playing 10 minutes. Then I'll discuss my thought process throughout from the move 1 to when the game will end. So the outcome of the game will be decided by my play and my opponent's play. So I'm to play white. So I am around 1200. My opponent is around 1199. So I'm going to go with e4, controlling these beautiful squares. Let's see what my opponent plays. He plays pawn to c5, which is the Sicilian defense. I developed the knight with the intention to castle the short side faster. And with these moves, I have my two minor pieces out plus a pawn. Then I'm going to castle short side as quick as possible. So I'm castling out of the center to keep the king safe and prepare to launch other development later in the future. My opponent may likely play a move like this, attacking the pawn. With that intention, anticipating that move, I'm going to defend. But now my opponent chooses not to play it and open this square for the bishop to come to. So let me quickly play this c3, reducing the strength of this bishop on this long diagonal before I get to my rook. Then I'm intending to push pawn to d4 later and counter for that square. It's possible my opponent will play this move later or choose to play this. Yeah, it's up to my opponent. However, I'm prepared to defend this pawn with rook. So let me keep my pieces defended before playing anything irrational. Now this diagonal is open so that the bishop can harass my knight, pinning it to the queen. So let me stop the bishop from coming there by playing pawn to h3. These are ideas I'm sharing in the game and I believe it's worth it. If I push this pawn now, pawn takes 1, pawn takes, knight take. He has knight and bishop on that square in a long run. So what I'll do is I'll just simply bring this pawn into the game. If there's a pawn push, I'll just maneuver my bishop back home. That's why we have this open diagonal. And in addition, this pawn here is weak on f7. I can just launch a knight to attack it. Now there's a pawn push going for the bishop. So let me not wait for him to throw any nasty move on me. Let me just bring the bishop now, not giving him that tempo. I've done it on my own will. So he doesn't have an harassment on the bishop anymore. You need to find something different to do. So I'm going to play my knight here. Knight. See. Knight, 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 knight. Knight strategy. He's coming for the bishop. I'll keep the bishop safe. So this knight now is in the corner. Is that bring it back home to the center or leave it there? Then let me throw my knight here. So knight movement now all along. I'm waiting for him to push pawn to f5. So I'll just take. It's possible he does that. Those are the kind of things that happens in this kind of setting. Knight comes. Then bishop can come here and pin the knight to the queen. Then I'll just trade the bishop for the knight. The knight is controlling some squares in the center, which is nice. Now, what to do? Once I do this pin, it depends on what he does. Pinning the knight to the queen depends on how he will relate to it. Now, he wants to break through from the center. Let me do this now, and my bishop is active, coming out. My arrow is looking weird in my first try, but I'll get used to it. So, he either push pawn to f6. Is either going to push pawn to f6, or he takes the queen out of pin somewhere here or somewhere out of that region, but still guarding the knight. That's covered. And I'm looking at maybe queen and rook, so I can go after the queen too. Once I cannot get the king, I'll attack a valuable piece, which is the queen. Now the rook is here. Okay, I can bring back this bishop later in the future for the rook. But first of all, let's make some clearances. This knight is here. Leave it that way. What next? I can improve my queen so I can connect my two rooks. That's the concept. Then I should have played knight so to counter for this square. He might likely play that move. Well, if he plays it, it's to my own advantage because he's going to open up. He's going to make this pawn undefended. Now he has played this. I won't take this pawn. I don't want him to develop this knight because Is likely to take back with the knight after pawn takes pawn. So let me just push this pawn further and cement the center, still controlling the center one way or the other. And I'm threatening to push the pawn further and lock up the center with that move. Then the bishop will just need to find a very good square to go to. However, the bishop has this square and this square to go to. So it's up to my opponent to make a decision. I'm going to take back with a pawn, keeping that particular diagonal still locked up and well guarded by the knight and the queen. That's okay. Then in the long run, if the rook is still here, if there's an attack on the bishop, I can bring the bishop back home and attack the rook. If that's too fast, you can rewind the video or play it on a slow mode and get the exact thing I'm trying to explain to you. But for now, we are trying to put in a lot in this video. The queen and the bishop aligned properly so as to take away the defender on this particular black camp. So I need to be extra careful too in that contest. Using this idea is nice. Bishop to each h6. Yeah, but I have to be careful too, you know. At some point, I don't need to take away more defender from this pawn. I need it to be close as possible. The best bet is to take now, and if he doesn't, I'll just leave him and watch. He wants to do this now. I'm going to lock out the bishop. So if he doesn't do that, it's up to him. I'm anticipating to bring. That's a very good next move. I have knight 1. I have queen 2. And he has 1, 2, just 2. There's no need to panic. Now, in anticipation to eventually play pawn push, I can just do it that way. What I will do now is to harass this bishop with tempo. Pawn push, harass the bishop. Bishop goes to safety, then I'll bring the bishop to attack the rook and the queen, at least to pick one piece. That makes sense, right? So I'm going to harass this bishop in this contest. So what to do? There is no combo move. There is no strange attack. They just bishop takes pawn in the long run, which I could still defend by just bringing the rook to attack it. That's there. Giving a pawn is not a problem. However, attacking the queen to gain a bigger piece is also a good catch for me. In this contest now, there are many things he will lose. Let me explain. If he takes the queen to safety, still defending the rook, so he can pick my bishop back after bishop takes rook, the queen is going to end up staying on a7 while taking my bishop. I can now take the knight. So if he takes the pawn, that's his business. I'm going to keep my rook safe by running away. These are ideas I see in my head. Immediately I played that move and I saw that the queen and the rook aligned on b6 and a7 respectively. I could just play this move successfully. d5 was a successful attack. He cannot block now with the bishop because I have 3 man in that place. I have the queen, I have the bishop, I have the knight. I'm still going to take it. So that is not a problem. He just wants to create an issue, and that is not a problem. What do you think I do here? I will allow him. It's possible. He's going to take 1 and 2. Queen and rook. 1. No, 1. You see it? 1, 1, right? Queens and queen left out the board. This is nice. Now, once I take, he takes my queen. He's going to keep one of these 2 pieces and I'm going to take one. So let me do this. It takes, right? I'm attacking 2 of them now. So I have a lot of chances to take one of them. Now I'm going to take the pawn first because I still have this. Yeah, I still have that on. So he wants to take this, right? Okay. If that's the case, let me take the knight. So if he takes the pawn, I'm going to keep my rook safe. And that's good materials for me. He's locking it out. Why? Okay. This is 1. Keep the pawn safe 1. If he comes here, I'm going to play knight. Knight defends bishop. And there we have it. Well defended. And also I have rook comes, there's bishop to c7. I have to consider many options, so I think I still have escape route for the bishop. He wants to try to take the bishop. I have defense and I have escape route. There is no peace. Okay. Nothing too strong, nothing bad, nothing bad. Nothing bad, nothing bad. What do we do? There's bishop there now. Let's keep this connected. Let's keep it connected. There's nothing there. Nah. I believe he's going to have some issues with holding on to his material when this rook lives here. Then this bishop is not doing much at the moment. Where is he going to? Here? No problem. Now, I am up in material. See guys, this is the scope. I have more material, such as, look at, I have +4 material, right? That means I am winning, kind of, sort of, right? So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to find a way to, I can capture this knight out. But where is the knight going to? Here. I have knight, 2 knights. So don't need to panic, right? Then I don't want to give this bishop activity at all. So why not just stay here? Let me stay here. Let me stay here now. So I'm coming here. I'm going to this square. C6 for this pawn. When I take away this knight later in the game, or if he moves it by himself, it's up to him. I will have 2 pawns to myself. They are just weaknesses waiting for me to explore them. He will come for my bishop because my bishop is not defended now. So the next place I think he's going to come attack me is my bishop side, this bishop here. And whatever makes him remove this rook from this particular square, b7, I'm going to activate my bishop. He sees it. The guy is good. He's trying. He's doing well. So this gives me room for this. Attack the bishop. Yeah. Attack the bishop, bro. Then offer rook. Yes. Another idea. Offer rook. Bishop is now active. I'm attacking this. I'm preparing to move the defender and take this. Then, this guy here will be in trouble. So what I'll do is I can remove the defender now with this move. One push. Simple. Don't take with the bishop. Eee! Jeez. I have bishop takes rook. Oh my god. Free rook. No, now. No. No. That was not what I wanted to do. Just free rook. Oh. Yo, this guy go to here. Let's stay here. Do the thing you want to do. Do your worst. I can now come here. Is there anything you want to do to me? Okay. Let's not be too over ambitious. Shh, that bishop, come back home. I'll still take what I want to take if I want to take it. Don't worry. Don't worry. I just missed the rook. Why would I miss such? Sheesh. Stop this guy from development. He wants to push the pawn. You go nowhere, bro. Nah, not in my city. Yeah, give him work to do. Okay. I could just play here. Let me remove the defender then. and take the pawn I want to take. Since Mhm. Since I've been after that pawn, why? The pawn should give me road so I can push my pawn for promotion. Okay. Now exchange. This is strong bishop. You can choose to go wherever you want to go. That is your business. But you see, when I'm ready for you, I will get you. Push this. Open a discovery attack on that rook. He has to see it. Now he did this. See, I'm going to look for his trouble. Attack him here. He will come for the bishop. I'll now pin him to the king. Let's watch. Let's watch. No. Most of the times, see, most of the time, this mistake happens. And he did that. He's supposed to resign here, you know. My man, be careful. Be extremely careful. He plays bishop. I'm going to go with knight. Oh my. Oh my. You know, this rook is a strong piece. So let me just take it out of the board. Then now, you see, let me keep your knight safe away from the attack of the bishop. Okay, cement the bishop defending. Knight covers there, knight covers there. So you are not you're not, the king is not just going to near my pawn. Nah. Block him out. You are using the wrong piece, man. Now you're going to come here. No problem. Now the idea is simple. I'm going to put a rook here. Just as simple as that. If it doesn't take, I take. For my rook to be activated, and I'll push my pawn to create a queen that will come into the game. Definitely he resigned. This is a master game. This is a game that speaks volume. Okay, guys, we have come to the end of this beautiful game, and you have watched how I did it. You have seen the concept on the on ground, the opening ideas, tactics, strategy, middle game, and end game. You can see it all for yourself. Now, if you want any idea here to be explained to you, you can just drop in the comment section. Then, so one more thing, guys. Please, guys, you can donate to me through Buy Me a Coffee, no matter the token. This is $5 in the account. I just want to buy a premium package for this account and do a lot of reviews. So I know you guys will come through for me. Thank you for watching and enjoy. See you in the next game.